So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. iPhone 13 Pro Max graphite unboxing, and I'm gonna give you some of my first impressions on this phone. Let's take a look at this next to the iPhone 12 Pro Max's box. You can see they're sticking with the black boxes for the Pro series of phones ever since the 11 Pro Max. Letting you know you got the special model here, but you can see on the side it's pretty similar to the prior iPhone 12 Pro Max. So if you had that phone and you're getting this one, you're going to get a similar unboxing experience. This does have iPhone 13 Pro Max inside of it, USB-C to Lightning cable, power adapter, and headphones sold separately. So just the USB-C to Lightning cable. The rest of it you got to buy on your own. And what I like about the iPhone box is they just put this pull tab right here, so you no longer have to mess up the box all bad when you are going to go ahead and unbox this thing. So it's a really simple and easy unboxing experience. Now you'll see here is the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I gotta say right off the bat, I'm having a hard time seeing a difference here besides maybe those larger camera. The bump's a little bit bigger, but 12 Pro Max, 13 Pro Max looking quite similar here. The feel basically identical. You can see right there, the edges still squared. Let's go ahead and pull that back. We'll go ahead and turn this phone on. Now this phone did come in at $11.99. This is the 256 gig. You can pay $15.99 if you want a terabyte option for this phone. Over here we do have a USB-C to Lightning cable. Eventually I feel like that's going to go away as well, the way Apple's going. You could see we do have a SIM card tool, and how many Apple stickers do we get in here? Just one warranty guide. So they're really trying to slim this box down to the point where basically there's nothing in there. If you're into that minimalism, you'll love this here. But honestly, feels exactly like the iPhone 12 Pro Max unboxing of last year. Okay guys, so I did set it up already. I'm not going to go through the setup process. It's basically the same thing as every year. Let's just get on to my first impressions. First of all, it's immediately noticeable. The 120 hertz refresh, it is so silky smooth. I've never felt an iPhone this smooth before. So if you're looking to get, you know, the smoothest iPhone experience ever, it's right here on the 13 Pro series. I wish they would have brought this to the lower trim models because it's definitely a noticeable difference. It's definitely a way an Apple employee could upsell, you know, them to the iPhone 13 Pro, but they don't usually do that. I'm just saying, you know, it's definitely noticeable. This does have a brighter display than before, 1000 nits max brightness. I think the iPhone 12 Pro Max was around 800, so definitely a brighter display, bringing it more in line with the iPad Pro. Take a look at that notch up there. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the iPhone 12 Pro Max so you can see the differences here. You know, it's definitely nice, but it's still there. So I still want to see it go away entirely because it doesn't look that much different. I mean, the average person will probably not even look at that. So you could see it's definitely a little bit thinner. But overall, I'd still like to see a more full screen display. But man, can you see that difference when it comes to the scroll? The iPhone, I don't know if you could see it here on the 60 hertz video, but definitely it's noticeable in real life. It's great, definitely great. And with having iOS on board with their smooth animations, this is going to make for one of the smoothest phones you'll ever use on planet Earth. So what else is new about this phone? Well, it does get a larger battery. So we do have ourselves a 4373 battery stuffed inside, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be close to what we've seen on the 11 Pro series with its amazing battery life. The iPhone 12 Pro Max was also pretty darn good, but they're claiming they're going to have around 2.5 hours better battery life on here. I'm going to have to put that to the test. Let me know if you want to see a battery comparison between these. But definitely you can see that they don't really look that much thicker or thinner than each other. I'll have to confirm that in my full comparison, but don't really feel much heavier, but it does have a bigger battery. So you're looking at longer battery life for this phone for sure in the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Now, what's a little disappointing is they stuck with these 6 gigs of RAM. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, iOS doesn't need a lot of RAM. Well, listen, you know, we're going to pay another $1,300, throw some 8 gigs in there. I mean, I like to see upgrades in every area. This sticks with the 6 gigs, just like the iPhone, you know, iPhone 12 Pro Max. So having the A15 Bionic at this point, I think we're seeing diminishing returns. I'm not sure I ever even used all the power I could use on the Apple A14 Bionic chip. Yes, when I was using iMovie and stuff like that, doing video, I did notice that I could definitely get it to, you know, get a little warm, but it never really choked in any way, shape, and form when it came to doing stuff like that. So I will say, if you are going to be doing some serious professional rendering and stuff like that, and like iMovie or LumaFusion, things like that, 4K videos, maybe it'll be a little bit more efficient. We'll have to see in my full review, so stay subscribed for that. Let's go ahead now and take a look at the included wallpapers that come with this phone. Usually they give you a set of wallpapers for each phone, and there they are, a simple 4. Just like I said in my iOS 15, I don't know what it is. Apple don't like to give a lot of wallpaper. Some people say, I don't care, Nick, bro. I just go download my own wallpaper. What are you talking about, brother? I care about those wallpapers, but I do, because I don't like to download separate apps, putting some storage on my phone. I like Apple to include some nice wallpapers. Take a look at a Google Pixel phone. They include a ton of beautiful wallpapers, but at least for these, you do get a nice one. And that's kind of like what I like about the graphite color and the silver color, is the wallpapers kind of match the color no matter which wallpaper you're using. They're kind of neutral colors. If you get like the red phone in the iPhone 13, or if you get the Sierra blue on here, you'll probably want to use the blue wallpaper because the blue phone. So definitely, I'm really digging this graphite color. It's not quite as dark as you might think. It's a little bit of a lighter gray, but it's still dark enough. Definitely reminds me quite a bit of space gray, but it's just a beautiful overall color. I think you'll enjoy it. So Apple does include a cinematic mode now in the camera. So you'll see right down in here, we'll go ahead down here, you'll see standard. You can do rich contrast, vibrant, as well as warm on here. And then over here, if we go back down and we go to video, you'll see next to video, there's a mode called cinematic, which is what they advertise. Basically, it'll give you a shallow depth of field of focus and transition automatically, basically allowing you to shoot a movie like it's no big deal. So let's see if we can get that to work here. Yeah, it even worked here with the phone. You'll see, look at the iPhone boxes in the rear. Take a look at this iPhone box. It just came right into focus like it was nothing. This is a game-changing feature, especially because of its ease of use. It's not that people didn't know how to do this before on their professional cameras, but Apple's putting themselves right in the direction of making you replace your camera and never needing it once again. And let's take a look at the cameras here. You can see that we have the standard wide. The ultra wide now has the ability to do a macro shot. So let's go ahead and get really close. You'll see it doesn't get blurry or anything like that. So you can just use that ultra wide camera, get your macro shot, and get up out of here. So you can see right there, very nice, very clean overall macro shot. But having it on the ultra wide means that it kind of distorts a little bit. Not distorts, but kind of gets stretched on the edges. So not sure everyone will like that. But over here, you can go 3x. The Galaxy Note 20 Ultra could do 5x. Just saying, I'm not trying to compare. I'm just saying Apple's a little bit behind there. But at least you're going 3x versus the 2.5x on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And your max zoom is 15 times, which is crazy compared to the iPhone 7 Plus at 10x, as well as the phones that came after that. I think the iPhone 12 Pro Max could do like 12, 12.5. So this is the longest zooming iPhone ever as well. And let's go ahead and get this Rubik's Cube in here and take a look at the actual photo quality. This is not going to be my best sample because we are just taking it indoors, but you can see, let it clear up there. Definitely it's iPhone quality. I mean, do we need to talk about this? You know, really, you know, it's going to be good. This is iPhone quality. And if you compare it to Android phones, you know, they're definitely going to look different because iPhone has its own type of photo, you know, result, and Samsung and other Android competitors have their own type of photo results. So it's kind of distinguishable which one is iPhone, which one is Android these days. It really just comes down to software you want to use. Cameras are amazing on most of these iPhones. And so I think eventually the iPhone is going to be the only camera professional even needs. Apple's trying to achieve that goal, and they're getting really close every year. I can't wait to see the future of where iPhone cameras go. This is an amazing update, but I think they're going to get better and better every single year. Okay, so when it comes to the software, we are shipping with iOS 15, but it looks like there's a little update, security update right out of the box of your iPhone 13 Pro Max. So go ahead and do that update once you get the phone. But essentially, you know, we talked about this. Check out my official iOS 15 review. It's a big refinement update, not a major overhaul, but enough things that you'll notice. It's got the nice new focus modes and stuff like that. And if you just waited it out to get your 13, it'll feel like somewhat of a new phone. It's not majorly updated, but it definitely has some refinements. And having the newer phone, it'll feel a little bit more new. So we talked about some of the main things about this phone. Let me go ahead and give you some close-ups of the device. You'll see right here, we do have that stainless steel edge. Silent switch remains. We do have volume rockers there. SIM card tray. Again, these stainless steel phones will show fingerprints like no other. You'll see right there, we do have The holes down here are very precisely cut out. Lightning port right there. Now I did get a lot of scratching on my iPhone 12 Pro Max where that port was, so I hope this improves this year, but overall very similar. I mean, if you had a 12 Pro Max, you're gonna feel like this is the same phone, straight up. If you don't know the details, you're gonna notice it feels exactly the same. Power button on the same location. This is where it really changed. This camera bump over here is just a little bit bigger. It sticks out a little bit more. Maybe the lenses are slightly bigger. Let's take a look up close. Yeah, the lenses are a little bit bigger, but they're not, it's nothing major. Like it's gonna take a keen eye to even notice. If you've seen somebody holding this phone, you would think, is that the 12 Pro Max or is that the 13 Pro Max? You wouldn't really know unless you took a look at that notch, and even that is a keen detail. So overall, that's kind of how it looks. All right, so next to the 11 Pro Max, this is a big update right here, I would say. Not major, it's a major design overhaul, but I still think the 11 Pro Max is an amazing device, especially in that midnight green. I love that phone right there. I hope that I love the iPhone 13 Pro Max as much. We'll have to see throughout my usage. But right here, this is a big upgrade in design-wise. Battery life, performance, 11 Pro Max, still a monster. It's still a beast. But the 13 Pro Max has the smoother display. It does have a little bit of a brighter display, but yeah, this would be a pretty good upgrade if your battery life is getting low and you just don't want to replace the battery, stuff like that. The XS Max, I would say this is a major upgrade. Camera, look at the camera. No comparison right there. This looks puny compared to that. So if you have the XS Max and you're ready to do an update, Apple's got a great phone to update to today. You get a little bit bigger display, smaller notch, brighter display, way better cameras, longer battery life. XS Max wasn't amazing there. Definitely a big upgrade. So what about the iPhone 8 Plus? This was basically the prior Max phone. They just used to call it the Plus phone. You could see definitely a similar size, but those bezels are massive by comparison to the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So major update. Again, all these phones you're seeing compared, I will compare them fully, not just this little side-by-side visual comparison. I'm going to give them a full rundown between these. So if you have these phones, you're looking for an upgrade, you're not ready yet, stick around. I'm going to be covering them. You'll see that the iPhone 8 Plus was a lot thinner though than the iPhone 13 Pro Max. A little bit lighter as well, but it also had pretty good battery life. It's definitely time for an upgrade from that one. And I just want to take a look at a couple Android competitors. The Galaxy S21 Ultra, arguably a better phone to some people. We don't even have to do a comparison. Some are going to pick the S21 Ultra over this. And you'll see this is definitely competitive with the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I'd say the 13 Pro Max is more of the competitor than the 12 Pro Max to the S21 Ultra. So definitely both gorgeous phones. And there you go. It's still quite wide there on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, but some people like a wide phone. And finally, I'm going to showcase the OnePlus 9 Pro. I'm still waiting for the Pixel 6 Pro. We'll compare that when it comes around. The 9 Pro is underrated. It doesn't get a lot of attention, but it's a very fast phone, very silky smooth. It's kind of similar to what this iPhone already offered with the display quality in terms of the, smoothness, but doesn't have iOS. So a lot of people just don't even pay it any mind, but this is definitely up there with the 13 Pro Max and overall build quality, overall specs, things like that. So definitely quite nice. The iPhone 13 Pro Max remains competitive, especially against some of its latest competitors now that it has the 120 Hertz. So my final first impressions are, if you love the iPhone 12 Pro Max, you want an upgrade, it's a decent upgrade. I don't think it's a big one, but it's a decent one. If you have the 11 Pro Max, XS Max, this definitely feels like a nice update. But overall, I'm feeling like Apple didn't do a major, they kind of played it safe this year, but they upgraded enough to make it a worthy, phone of interest for a lot of people still. Let me know your thoughts on the 13 Pro Max, what you want to see, because I will be putting this head to head. You're going to be seeing a lot of iPhone content around here, head to head with a lot of competitors, as well as older iPhones. We're going to break it down. You're going to get the full rundown here. So subscribe for that. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. Did you get yours today? Are you getting yours today? You're waiting for your package? Let me know down below. Nick here. Be sure to be well. Thank you very much for watching, all your support. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.